Look, I'm gonna say everything that I feel and my observations. I'm gonna be controversial on this one. So if you're one of those people who don't respect other people's opinions and don't actually think for yourself, get off this video, bro. It's not for you. This one is for people who listen and actually think about what they just heard. And I'm not trying to put thoughts or ideas into anyone's mind, right? I hope you're still here. I hope you're still here. And I'm sorry for the low voice. I just got back from the gym now, and I found out while I was at the gym that one of my former students, a student I had a great connection with, a student who looked up to me, and a student who was trying to change her family's situation, passed on today on her way to school. On her way to school. She was only 14, bro. But yeah, this video is not about that. I'm just explaining to you why I'm not as hyper as I usually am. I'm not as excited as I usually am. And no, this is not a reaction video. This is not a reaction video. And this is not scripted. I'm giving it to you as it is. So here's the thing. Is anyone ready to talk about Pac and Biggie? Is anyone ready to talk about Pac and Biggie being replaced? I know I'm not talking about all that cloning stuff. Is anyone ready to talk about other artists being bigger than Pac and Biggie, having a bigger impact? I don't think anyone is ever ready to talk about that. And I know, I understand. It's because those guys were great back then and they never got to reach the heights that they could have reached. True, I understand. They were great. They had influence. Biggie is one of the greatest lyricists ever. One of. Pac, he had a great message. He was a... Man, I'm not even going to tell you about those guys, how they were. I think you already know. But then, here's the thing. Is anyone going to talk about how they were surpassed? How some artists have surpassed them so much that I guess a lot of people are still hanging on to what could have been with Pac and Biggie. And to be fair, true, those guys were great back then. They were great back then. And yeah, they were part of the few rappers who really rapped. I agreed with you on that one. But then, there's... I want to say this... I don't know, man. I don't want to hype it up. But is anyone ready to talk about guys like Eminem, for instance, being bigger than Biggie? All right, that sounds bad. Biggie was... Okay, let me not get into that. Being a better lyricist than Biggie was. Is anyone ready to talk about that? Or he's just white. You can't put him in the same bracket. Right? Cool. Is anyone ready to talk about how there are artists today who have been doing it for years and they're spreading a better message than Pac was spreading? Is anyone ready to talk about that? And yeah, I'm talking about guys like Struggle Jennings. I'm talking about Tom McDonald. I'm talking about Dex. The list is endless. And first of all, those guys are not even signed. They're independent. No one is backing them up except for us, the fans. Right? Those guys are huge now. The industry hates those guys because they cannot tame them. Is anyone ready to talk about that? Look, for this one, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash. Cool, it's fine. This is my opinion, right? Tell me your opinion. Tell me what your take is on this. Don't even tell me about Jay-Z. Yeah, they put him up there with the greats, but he's not that great. Come on. Eminem kills everyone. I'm sorry, Tom. Eminem kills everyone lyrically. And when it comes to spreading a good message, there are a lot of artists who tried to spread the same message that Pac was spreading. Where are they now? Where are they now? There were a lot of great lyricists, right? Where are they now? And do you want to know where Eminem is? He's still the benchmark for a great rapper. Every time people talk about a great rapper, they have to mention Eminem. They use him as a benchmark. And no, this is not a video about Eminem. It's about people moving on. I'm not saying don't recognize Pac and Biggie. They are two of my greatest rappers. I'm not shying away from that. But now, let's give people their flowers. Let's give people their flowers, give people the credit that they deserve. Right? This is what I've always been thinking about. And when I listen to a lot of music, I think about how these artists are doing better than Biggie and Pac ever did. Right? While they were still alive. I'm not even talking about how they're dead now. They can't even defend themselves. They can't fight back. Come on, don't give me that. Artists who are doing better than them when they were still alive. We can talk about how mainstream artists are backed up by whoever and whoever, how things happen a certain way, but a message is a message. Lyricism is lyricism. That's what I'm all about. Right? I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about reach. Right? You get an independent artist who has a greater reach than an artist who is signed and is signing these publishing deals. They're marketing everything. They have a lot of followers on their socials, but their music is not that great. It's not even doing that well. Even their own fans are trashing them. I have a lot. Yeah, we really need to stop living in the past, man. We really do. I feel like I'm preaching right now. All I'm saying is, give people the credit they deserve. There are artists who are better, bigger than Pac and Biggie ever were. And again, don't tell me about Jay-Z. Don't tell me about Jay-Z. Lil Wayne would... I almost used the wrong word for YouTube. Lil Wayne would F Jay-Z up. Prime Jay-Z. Prime Wayne would trash Prime Jay. With all due respect. Okay. Yeah, things are different now. There's social media. There are streaming platforms. Tell me, are most independent artists using those streaming platforms? How well are they using them? Tell me, how well are they using them? And I'm still talking about reach. I'm still talking about the message. I'm still talking about the music. Right? Hence, I'm not mentioning any money, anyone making more money than those guys did. Because if we're talking about that, then the fact that there's a social media now and the streaming platforms, there are online stores is going to come into play. That's where we will say those guys didn't have it back then. They didn't have that. But also, on the same breath, how many artists were out? How many rappers were there? Compared to now, how many rappers were there? How much competition was there? Yeah, you can hate me if you want to, but think about this. Think about this. Yeah. So I'm gonna be waiting for anyone, and I mean anyone, who wants to discuss this with me in the comment section. Go ahead. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe. I still have a lot to say. This is me throwing in the bait. Yeah, I said it. Come on. Talk to me. Check you in the next video. You know what it is. Joe Vig.